Example 2, we're going to find the exact value for secant of 11 pi over 12. So this is similar to number 1, but this one's given to us in radians. So the first thing we might want to do is convert that into degrees. And then we're looking for secant, which of course is a reciprocal. So we'll be using the cosine formula. And then once we give that answer, we can flip it to find the value for secant. So first, let's convert 11 pi over 12. And you can pause the video and convert it. And this is 165 degrees. Okay, so 165, that's not an angle on the unit circle. What we do is look for a combination of angles that will add or subtract to give us 165. So I'm thinking of 120 and 45. Okay, there are other combinations as well. But this is the first one I thought of. Okay, so there is more than one possibility. So now let's find the cosine of 165, which we know that is equal to the cosine of 120 plus 45. Right here, order does not matter. We're going to use the cosine identity for addition. We're going to plug in 120 for A and 45 for B. Let's see, so for cosine, when we're adding the two angles, then over here in the formula, we actually subtract because we have a minus sign on the top there. Okay, so the cosine of 120 degrees times the cosine of 45 degrees minus sine of 120 times the sine of 45. All right, so we just plugged everything into the formula. Now we're gonna find these values from the unit circle. The cosine of 120 is negative 1/2. The cosine of 45 is square root of 2 over 2. Sine of 120 is positive square root of 3 over 2. And the sine of 45. From here, again, order of operations, we're going to multiply. We have the negative square root of 2 over 4 minus the square root of 6 over 4. This is the answer. We can write it over the common denominator. And then let's also find the approximate answer. So this is approximately negative 0.52. Okay, but this is the exact answer that we want. Directions ask for the exact. Let's check it. Oh, we've got to flip this. I almost forgot that step. Okay, so this is actually not our final answer. We are going to find the reciprocal. So secant of 165 is equal to this reciprocal. So 4 over square root of 2 minus square root of 6. Okay, here we're going to rationalize the denominator. So we need to multiply by the conjugate. So this is 4 square root of 2 plus 4 square root of 6. On the bottom, we're going to distribute square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. On the outside, we get positive square root of 12. On the inside, we get negative square root of 12. Those will cancel. And then we have minus square root of 6 times positive square root of 6, which is just minus 6. Okay, so on the bottom, we're going to subtract 2 minus 6 equals negative 4. The last step is to divide by negative 4. we can divide both terms by -4, so we get negative square root of 2 minus square root of 6. Okay, now if we want to go to Desmos for that secant button, we can. To check the answer, secant of 165. I don't have that right now. I'm just going to use my calculator and check my cosine answer. Actually, let's see. So the cosine of 165. I already did it. No, I didn't. Okay, it's approximately negative 0.97. Okay, I'm glad I checked my answer because I did find a mistake. I thought I found the mistake. The cosine of 120 is negative. The cosine of 45 is positive. Sine of 120 is positive. Sine of 45 is positive. When we multiply here, we get a negative. Oh, right here, I found the mistake. This square root of 2 should have been negative. Okay. And that should fix it. Okay, yep. It's actually approximately negative 0.97. All right, so we found the secant of 11, 5, or 12 using a sum identity. All right, example 3 is also similar, except for that one is going to be using the tangent formula. We haven't used this formula yet.